I promise you, if you want to be a successful leader, what you're not going to do is this list right here. Welcome to the channel, Leadership with Mike. On this channel, I help you become a more confident leader, and I do this with no nonsense sense, if that makes any sense. So here's a list of things that leaders, great leaders, even just average leaders, they don't do. Because this is a one-way ticket straight to Shitsville. The first thing is that they don't get into gossip. Now, I get it. Some places, for whatever reason, they breed gossip. And the reason is because it's allowed. If you want to be a successful leader, you need to make sure that first, you're not contributing to any of the gossip. And you need to have the courage to stand up to your team and say, we're not gossiping. That means when you hear it happening, make sure people know if it's gossip or not. Ask questions. Where did you hear it? Who exactly did you hear this from? Did you hear it from the person? Just be that person. You don't have to be a dick, but stop gossip in its tracks. The next thing that successful leaders don't do is that they don't avoid conflict. Sometimes we think we hear conflict and it's like, oh my God, that's such a scary word. In my opinion, it's not. It just means we have a difference of opinion. It just means that we have to figure something out, and it may lead to a great outcome. But if you avoid it, what I can promise you is that this little problem, this little misunderstanding can grow and fester and become an all-out world war in your office. I guess that's an office war, but anyway, it can breed disaster. It can grow into something that was never meant to be. So if you have conflict, as a successful leader, you're going to get in front of it. You're going to stop it. You're going to question it. You're going to clear the air so that everybody can enjoy the job. The next thing that successful leaders don't do is they don't overwork their people. Now, here's the situation. Maybe you have this employee and they just get everything done. You can count on them. So what do? You lean on them. You add more to their workload. And they do that well, and you add a little bit more. And they do that well, and they add a little bit more. You need to stop that if this is you. Because what you're doing is you're burning out your top performer. Instead, you lean on them, yes, when you have certain tasks or things that you just know need to be done, and they need to be done right, so I'm going to give them to this person. But then you need to change your focus and look at why is it that the other people on the team aren't able to be at that level? How can you train them up? How can you give them opportunities to shine, to take on more work? And during a time where a lot of people are resigning, during a time where a lot of people are quiet quitting, I want to ask you, what are you doing to make sure that you have the proper staffing? What are you doing to get those quiet quitters back on board? Not to where they're trying to just do everything, but where they're significantly a part of the team. They know that. What are you doing to get replacements for the people that have resigned? Because a lot of companies, what they want to do is they say, okay, well, that person left. We've got a $50,000 budget now. That's all in our pockets. We don't need to replace that person. We'll just spread their work out. You're going to start overworking people, which is fine for a moment. But when you get to burnout and your entire team is just done, the question is, what the hell are you going to do then? The next thing that successful leaders never do is they do not promote the wrong people. Now, how do you know it's the wrong people? Here's the thing. You don't worry about promoting your friends. You don't worry so much about promoting the person that gives you the most clout. Of course, you're human. You're going to look out for your best interests. But I highly recommend that you look to promote or hire the person that's fit for the job. Not the person that you like most, that you want to go chum and hang out with. No, hire somebody that can do the job. Hire somebody that's better than you. Because that's what great leaders do, is that they bring on people that are smarter than them, that are better than them, and then they can run a team and they can gain success because they brought in the right successful people. The next thing that successful leaders will do is they will fight for their team. If you're a crappy leader, you're sending your team out, they're going to get hit by the bus and you're okay with that as long as you're clean. A successful leader, they take the hit for the team. They go to bat for the team. They make sure that they fight tooth and nail in a respectful manner, but for their team. If their team is getting blamed for something that didn't happen or wasn't right, as a successful leader, you are going to clarify. If the team is going to get screwed over by some new benefit package, you are going to bat for the team. You are justifying why they should not lose certain benefits. This is what a leader is. They step up and they perform for their team. That is something you must understand. If not, you will have a career full of regrets because it will bite you in the ass. Now, speaking of regrets, in this video, I share 5 regrets that new leaders always have. Almost.